Hello traders, my name is Tomasz Wiśniewski. I'm a chief analyst in Alpari Research and Analysis, and this is daily analytical report. Let me show you what is going on the markets. Well, we do have a nice movement on euro dollar. Before this movement, the price was going higher and we had a very positive setup on euro dollar. But we recently found out that Spain is about to vote against Brexit deal if tax not amended, which is causing a reversal on euro. So this is an interesting movement right now on the market. Other than that, it's all about Bitcoin in my opinion, because Bitcoin reached the level of pain threshold. So those who bought Bitcoin at the end of the year, November, December, beginning of January, are now panically selling Bitcoin because they reached the price reached their level of pain. The pain is unbearable, so they have to escape from the market, and those levels of unbearable pain are below $6,000 for one Bitcoin, which was a yearly support. And I bet that many traders said that, okay, I'm gonna hold or hodl as long as we stay above the $6,000. Once the price will break $6,000, I'm tired, I'm too old for this. Yes, and they are selling right now. New sellers are accelerating this movement, and we should soon see new lows and new lows. Well, we see new lows currently as we speak. Anyway, I will show that later. We need to start with the calendar. Monday usually quiet. Tuesday we had meeting minutes and speech from Reserve Bank of Australia governor. In 1 hour we're gonna have speech from Mark Carney, Bank of England governor. And apart from that, important data for New Zealand dollar, so GDT price index. But the main information today is, as we know, this from Eurozone. As you can see here, Spain is about to Spain to vote against Brexit deal if tax not amended. That's the rumor that we got on the markets right now. So you can see that we do have a reversal on euro dollar. Before that, the price was on daily highs. The price was on the highest level since 7th of November, and it was all going well. Why it was going well? What was the bullish setup here? Well, first of all, it started with the breakout of 113. That's a negative, but we came back above this level, so that was a false breakout, right? False breakout usually results in the movement, in the strong movement in the opposite direction. So we got a false breakout. Then the price created a flag. Flag resulted not with a breakout of the lower line as expected, but with the breakout of the upper line. So false breakout, then denied flag. Then we broke the midterm downtrend line here. Then we broke 38.2. So 1 hour ago we were above all major resistances, like upper line of the flag, downtrend line, 38.2. All those were supports, but this information cancels it and the price goes below, and we do have a quite negative candle right now. So the buy signal is gone as for now. The price, the instrument where the buy signal is still intact is New Zealand dollar to American dollar, so Kiwi. Situation here was very similar to this one on euro dollar from 1 hour ago. So what happened here is we also came back above 38.2 and we used 38.2 as a support. Here there is a difference because it didn't start with the false breakout pattern like here, but here on Kiwi it started with triple bottom formation. So we broke the resistance of this triple bottom formation. Then the price used that as a support. Then we went higher, broke the resistance, used that as a support, and now it's all good. So on Kiwi we do have a legitimate buy signal, and the buy signal is on as long as we stay above the green area. Now the Bitcoin, my star, my favorite instrument, my beloved Bitcoin. So let's spend more time here. And what we have is obviously this upswing from the end of the last year. November was awesome, but December was absolutely the greatest. And at that time, I received many calls from my friends. With some of those friends, I didn't talk for years. But they knew I was working on the forex market for Alpari, and I was in news many times talking about cryptocurrencies, currencies, etc. So they knew that I'm in the business, and they called me like, "Hey, what's up? Small talk, small talk. But what do you think about Bitcoin? Should I buy it?" And those guys were never into finance. Many of them, really, like not four, but much more. Many friends call me and ask for this. Did I hear about Bitcoin? Because it's such a great investing opportunity that they heard that people are making millions, etc. I said that, guys, the fact that you call me is first sign of the bubble, because if the guys who do not normally show any interest in the finance and investing, they start talking about investing, it's the first sign of bubble, and you shouldn't open a position. And they were continuing like, "Oh, no, it's different. I heard it's awesome. It should give us profits. The guys in TV say that it should be for $100,000 soon." I was like, "No, you shouldn't do this." And here, just 1 month later, 2 months later, they were calling me like, "Oh man, thanks for good advice." So we saw this bubble, and we made webinars about that, seminars, analysis. You can see that everywhere. Bitcoin is a bit closer on our radar since this flag. We saw this descending triangle pattern, so blue down trend line, yellow horizontal support. Every single bounce from this support was smaller. Inverse gonna show the formation bounce, flag, bounce, rectangle, bounce. And eventually we broke this horizontal support, which was really super important, which was with us since the end of October 2017, right? It was the most important price. $6,000 was the most important price on Bitcoin this year. So I bet that many traders will think like, okay, as long as we stay above 6,000, it's fine. But once we're gonna drop below 6,000, I'm gone. I'm tired. It's enough for me. And look, boom, breakout. So many traders had their stop loss orders here. They decided to sell. Many sellers just accelerate the movement, right? So the price is accelerating, and this is what we are having here. I wasn't really expecting that this movement will be so volatile. I thought that it's gonna be like upswing, correction, downswing, but boom. Here you can almost see the pain. You can almost feel the pain of those traders who were buying here. What about the potential target? For me, naturally, it's this one. So a resistance from second half of 2017 and a support from September, right? But those levels are below $3,000 for one Bitcoin, 2,900, right? For me, 2,900, this is the, let's say 3,000. It's the ultimate target for Bitcoin, and I really thought that it's gonna take some time to get there. Maybe it will, but the current price movements are not really good. Like here, maybe a correction. It looks like this. It looks like we will reach those levels at very soon. Obviously, we will get some guys buying here who believe in the technology, who want to buy this instrument for the money transfers, which are very cheap comparing to those in banks, blockchain technology, etc. But the vast majority of transactions here were speculative, and they need to sell those, and they're gonna do it now. I don't mind buying Bitcoin, not with the bubble prices from here, but those prices, $3,000 for one Bitcoin, they seem reasonable. Maybe not the best. Obviously, I would prefer to buy for 1,000, for example, but I don't think those times will come back. We will see. So this is the situation on Bitcoin. Well, what can I say? I feel sorry for those who bought during the bubble. But we did, as Alpari Research and Analysis, we did all we could to prevent you from going into Bitcoin. We are not hiding our view about this cryptocurrency, so we are openly telling our clients, customers. Obviously, we cannot say, we cannot give recommendations, but we can share our opinion. And our opinion was that buying Bitcoin back then was a very bad idea. And we clearly stated everywhere that we think it's a bubble and you shouldn't enter when there is a bubble. We made that absolutely clear in our tweets, analysis, video analysis, short market reviews, daily analytical reports, seminars, webinars, everywhere. In TV interviews, radio, newspapers, everywhere. I hope you managed to use it in your favor. Next one, oil. Oil is protecting this horizontal support, which is super important for the price of the oil in the long term. 61.8, we do have a support here, resistance here, so the price is trying to protect this level. Flag, breakout of the lower line of the flag, that's expected. And then a bounce, now the price is trying kind of a double bottom formation. As long as we stay below 50% FIBO, the sentiment is negative. Next instrument which is trying to protect, next commodity which is still fighting is gold. But the thing that is that the gold is in a flag formation, so downswing flag, most probably a downswing. After this flag, you should see the breakout of the lower line of the flag and this horizontal support. And it will not look good. It does not look good for gold, even despite the fact that we do have this bounce. We are still inside of the flag. I will change my view on gold if we'll break 38.2. Unfortunately, we will still be inside of the flag, but I think that breakout of the 38.2 will be promising. Australian dollar to American dollar. Here, the price broke the neckline. This is the neckline of the inverse head and shoulder formation, but price came back below the neckline. This can be perceived as a negative sign, but I wouldn't cancel this bullish movement yet. We are still above this midterm uptrend line, so the line which is connecting the bottom of the head with the bottom of the right shoulder. We are still in kind of a flag formation. So I think that we still have chances for an upswing. And the price getting to the checkpoint will be a signal to buy. Now Canadian dollar to Swiss franc here. Unfortunately, I didn't enter this, but it was a great occasion yesterday. Oh, this occasion was so good. I even wrote an analysis about this Canadian dollar to Swiss franc pair. What we got here is a symmetric triangle pattern, right? And we broke the horizontal support and the lower line of this triangle, and the price went lower. This symmetric triangle was a part of the bigger symmetric triangle, so we had an inception. But with this kind of movement, we do have a legitimate signal to go short, and oh, that's a pity I didn't enter here. But, well, you cannot chase the market, you cannot do anything. So there was a good occasion to sell. Stop loss here, 40 pips, 230 pips stop loss. Take profit. So in terms of the risk to reward ratio, that was an awesome trade. Should I chase it? I don't think I should chase this position. It's just gone. Maybe I will look for a bigger correction and then enter. British pound to Swiss franc is also going down, but here it's all thanks to this evening star pattern. Bullish gap, small candle in the middle, bearish gap, bearish candle. And after this three candlestick formation, we should see the downswing, and that's what we are seeing this week. That's just it. That's just one formation, guys. So this is what I prepared for you for the start. Now let's analyze the rest of the instruments. We still have some time. We always do this at the very beginning of the week, because I want to show you the decision-making process, right? Maybe let's check the euro to British pound. It's our last daily analytical report. It's our last daily analytical report this week, this month, because we are traveling to Nigeria to give seminars. So unfortunately, we'll not have updates from the daily analytical reports. We'll keep you posted with the situation on the market on the Twitter and our website and our Alpari website, so don't worry. But as for the daily analytical report, it's the last one in November, so we're coming back on the 5th of December. On the euro to British pound, nothing interesting. Euro to Japanese yen, nothing interesting. So not many things changed. Oh, euro to New Zealand dollar. This is a very small bounce. Now the price is coming back to the downtrend, but the downtrend is just too strong for me to enter. British pound to Japanese yen, horizontal resistance, but here nothing interesting, unfortunately. Here, let's talk about the majors. What do we have here? American dollar to Canadian dollar. It is a flag. We got the breakout of the upper line of the flag, and we are having this horizontal resistance, which was defended as a support. And we do have this line, which is protected right now. It all looks positive for the American dollar to Canadian dollar, so I'm gonna leave this instrument here. American dollar to Japanese yen is the next one. Ooh, not this template. No indicators. I don't like indicators. Ooh, downswing correction, downswing correction, downswing correction, downswing. That is hourly chart. So hourly chart is negative. The daily chart is also kind of negative. And H4 chart, what do we have here? Depends where this line is, but if we will consider this low and those lows, this is the aim, and this is the aim of the head and shoulder pattern. So the American dollar is not in the very best condition right now. American dollar to Swiss franc. So you see this major support got broken here. That's a false breakout also above the resistance. So this is the false breakout. That can, ooh, not the limit. No. That can result with a further drop. So this relation on the American dollar to Swiss franc is negative, because false breakout above here, breakout of the support. That's an inverse head and shoulder pattern, right? So that's false breakout above the neckline. On American dollar to Swiss franc, we do have a negative signal. Maybe I will wait for the reversal here and then for a short position. So yes, it looks kind of promising. Now let's check indexes. We'll come back to the currencies, but I want to show you the most of the interesting instruments. And on a daily chart on the DAX, you know, this horizontal support. The main thing was this inverse head and shoulder formation on hourly chart, but the price failed to break the neckline of this formation here. We have new lows, so we're coming back to the negative scenario. S&P 500 as well. And we warn you about this. This drop is the same as this one. We had a recovery and then a drop again. Drop, recovery, and drop again. History loves to repeat itself. Simple as that. This is the principle of trading. That if you want to know the future, you need to know the past. And S&P 500 is not in a very good shape. On the dollar index, what we are having is the price fighting on the ultimate support. This support is the neckline of the double top formation, and it's the uptrend line here. So they are fighting to protect this. Obviously, this upswing is driven mostly by the drop on euro dollar, not by the strength of the dollar itself. But keep this situation in mind, that breakout of the orange area will give us a proper sell signal. Yes, definitely. That's the bottom, that's the top. We can go, I think, as low as 38.2 for a start. S&P 500, DAX. We can come back to the currencies right now. What currencies? Australian dollar to New Zealand dollar. Let's check this one. It should be going down right now. It is going down. And everything is in line with this bigger setup of the head and shoulder formation. This is absolutely beautiful. Head and shoulder formation, breakout of the neckline, correction, downswing. And there was a correction here. Resistance, support. We are below. This is negative. Unfortunately, I didn't enter this trade, but it was looking very, very good. Euro to Australian dollar. Do we have any interesting setup here? These are two weak currencies. No interesting setup. Euro to Swiss franc. Also nothing interesting. Let's check. I think all the major instruments we checked already. So I'm sorry. So let's recap the situation for you now. Euro dollar, a kind of negative situation. It was positive, but this fundamental news came, hit the wires, and now we do have a pullback on euro dollar. It's a biggie for today, but it shouldn't be nothing major in the long term. In the long term, we are still positive as long as we stay above the midterm downtrend line. On New Zealand dollar to American dollar, we do have a proper buy signal. On the Bitcoin, we do have a proper sell signal. On the WTI oil, we still do have a sell signal. On gold, well, I'm positive about gold from the bottom of my heart, but in reality, when I look at the chart, this chart promotes a further drop. Australian dollar to American dollar, price getting to the checkpoint will give us a buy signal. Canadian dollar, Swiss franc, that's a sell. British pound, Swiss franc, sell. American dollar, Canadian dollar, that's buy. American dollar, Swiss franc, that's long-term sell, but the short-term may be buy. A dollar index, short-term buy. Breakout of the this line and orange support, sell. And euro to Swiss franc, this is nothing. So guys, thanks very much for attending the daily analytical report. Do not forget about visiting our Twitter account and our website alpari.news and our Facebook. Thanks very much for attending this webinar. Remember that we will not have daily analytical reports till the end of December due to our trip to Nigeria to give seminars. I hope to see you, our fellow Nigerian colleagues, traders. I hope to see you there on our seminars. And thank you very much, and have a good time trading for the past 2 weeks, for the next 2 weeks on the market. I wish you all the best, and see you in December.